All right, I'm going to commit an act of sacrifice for all of you, my viewers, and hold my phone in landscape mode so that the video turns out to be a better enjoyment for you to experience. I will take on that sacrifice. And I got my bean juice. To help me through this, because it helps me feel alive in a dead world. Hey boy, don't you know that's an addiction? Don't you know you're poisoning yourself? Don't you know, hey. Why don't you just shut the fuck up and let me enjoy what I am enjoying? But you see, you're getting trapped by desires and addictions of the flesh, so it's going to tether you here. Well, it's helping me make this video at least. No, my boy, you don't need addictions to help you. Go within, get that inner power to overcome all things, including the desires of the flesh. Well, how about you take your own inner power and fuck off? Mind your own damn business. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about just worrying about yourself and not giving people unnecessary solicitations of your advice on their lifestyle and what they should or shouldn't do? You seem like a control freak to me. How dare you expose me, the trappings of this world? I give you no real option to not be addicted to this or that. You only have the illusion to think that the chemicals in your brain are dependent upon what you choose, and dependent upon what you choose means the level of your addiction. So the coffee you're drinking is an addiction, just like the video you're watching right now is an addiction, just like shopping, eating. Oh my God, everything's an addiction in this life. There is no true consent of free will because it's all chemicals and hormones in the brain giving you the illusion of free will. I can't take it anymore. Just fucking kill me. Bro, calm down, man. You must be new to all this. Don't worry. I got you. Just sit back, go along on this ride with me through the enchanted woods. And I'm sure if you listen very closely, you'll hear the sounds of NPCs at work, chattering away, banging on this or banging on that, pretending they're doing something of real value and importance, when all in all, they're just more shit in the fire of this realm, because nothing they do truly matters in a realm of decay, entropy, and death. All things must come to an end. No matter how important you think your lifestyle is, or your breaking of addictions to this fallen world, guess what? Everyone's gonna fucking die, and all their addictions are gonna be fucking in the ground, dead with their decaying body. So, you must ask yourself, do you have an addiction to this life in general? Or do you just have an addiction to unsoliciting advice and controlling others' experience in a world of hell? Let them enjoy what they want to enjoy if they're not harming you. But they're harming themselves, so I'm a spiritual narcissist and I must control what they can and can't do. And if they don't like that, then there's a problem with them, not me. Like I said, why don't you take your inner power and fuck off? End of my playtime rant. As I sip on my little bean juice full of addictions and desires of the flesh that no real man can escape while in the body. It's just the cold, hard fact. And if you want to lie to yourself and pretend that you're above all that, then by all means go for it. But only fooling yourself. Now, should you let go of attachments and desires of certain things, yeah, of course. Of course. Those things can be beneficial for you. But that's up for you to decide on how you want to proceed or not proceed. And then at the end of the simulated hellhole experience that you're in, either way, all addictions and desires are going to cease once your body drops dead. Are people so naive and full of self-importance to think that your addictions are going to keep you trapped and bound here? I mean, honestly, maybe. But you don't actually know that. And if you want to be honest, you have just as many addictions to this world as anybody else. And the more aware and awake you are, the more you don't want to lie to yourself. That's the key. Don't lie to yourself. Now we have to upkeep these addictions of life, or our body will fail us because we're gonna, take ourselves out. But as long as you're here, let's just say like, okay, I'm done with all addictions at all. I'm just gonna sit and meditate until I get the fuck out of here. Well, guess what? You will get the fuck out of here if you follow through with that, because your body's gonna fail you. That's the way it's designed. But that's torture and suffering, a lot of it. So where are you going with this? I'm just talking. You're free to leave or not leave. You're free to agree or disagree. I'm just out here enjoying my cup of bean juice and all of its wonderful upliftment from this depressing, evil sack of shite that I have to experience on a daily basis. So I'm having fun and using my ideas and consciousness to uplift myself, and even in the midst of hell, and drinking this poisonous drink that was specifically designed to get me addicted and jittery and nervous, and I can't live without it. Guess what? That's pretty much everything you call human life here. What you call human life here, you think you can't live without. I'm trying to say you can live without all this bullshit. Everything that's part of the human experience is bullshit. A trap, a addiction that wants to keep you attached and desiring for as long as possible. Hey, here's the honest truth. I'm addicted to a lot of shit. But here's also the truth. I'm aware that it's all an addiction. And here's the next honest truth. I want nothing to do with it. And here's the next honest truth. I'm forced to experience against my will. Here's the next honest truth. When all this shit drops and goes away, whether by my own hands or whether it forces me out of here, I want nothing to do with this shithole and its addictions and its gaslighting and its manipulations of, oh, this is all your free will choice to become addicted. Yes, it is all your choice. You have the choice to decide what you want to become addicted to. But in the end, this is all the beast hell system. And it was specifically and purposely designed to get you addicted to one thing or the other. And it's going to lie to you to think that, oh, I'm not addicted to those silly other things. No, I'm an evolved consciousness of spiritual awareness that cannot be trapped in addictions or desires of the flesh, because you see, I have transcended beyond the flesh. It no longer pulls or dictates to me what I can and can't do. I'm not swayed by the flesh or human programs of mental capacities that are retarded. No, I'm a spiritually advanced being. I just sit here all day and I want no attention from you. I'm not a spiritual narcissist, no. I'm trying to help you because you're a lowly human. Guess what, dumbass? So are you. We all are. We all are lowly humans in this flesh abomination of a meat suit torture realm. And no one can say they're not, because they're still here. So fuck off with your bullshit. Take your own inner power and fuck right off. I thought you were done with the rant. I guess I had more in me. Listen, we're all victims of this life. Oh, you want to be a victim, huh? You want to be a victim. You want to take no responsibility or accountability for your life, man. You can't just be a victim all your life. Why don't you take your own inner power and fuck right off? Just because we're victims doesn't mean we can be strong and courageous and brave to overcome these things. And in spite of all that bullshit, we respect ourselves enough not to lie to ourselves about our situation, but also to empower ourselves that we are much more than this, we are stronger than this, and we don't have to be little bitches about anything. Even though it's easy to do, even though they want us to agree with all of the traumatic experiences that have happened to us and to lock us down in that prison, we have our own prison guards called our mind, and our mind will loop you and loop you and loop you through all the traumatic experiences of your conscious awareness and even your subconscious. Get you to degrade and humiliate yourself, for you to be the own warden of yourself, so that you don't speak, you don't talk, you don't act, you don't express, because all you can do is react to the abuse that others have given you and this life has given you. Anytime that you see controversy or antagonism to you, those trauma scripts want you to say, hey, I should not talk, I should just be a lowly creature and just believe all the abusers of the world who want to keep me down. No, you say, you know what? Why don't you all go ahead and fuck on off with your inner power? Use your inner power to fuck off. I'll use my inner power to fuck off. And leave me the fuck alone. But you see, they won't. They will always be there to fucking try to put you back in the place that you're trying to escape from. Oh, my boy, you seem like you're getting tired. I'm not gonna give up. No, it's an uphill battle every single day. And they want you to give up. It's too exhausting and tiring. No, just lay down and die, boy, die. Oh, if it were that easy, I would. But you see, it's not that easy. And they will always put shit in your way to make you turn back or give up. But you see, you can go ahead and step right on over that shit and keep your uphill struggle. Is it all for nothing? Who the hell knows? Maybe. But at least you didn't bow down like a little bitch slave and cry and cry and cry and cry. And woe is me. Yeah, there's a place and time for that. But eventually, you gotta get out of that mindset and realize that you're strong enough on the inside to respect yourself enough to stand up for yourself and to love yourself. Oh no, the most horrible word in all of existence. Love, no, there's no such thing. It cannot be. You be it for yourself. You be it for yourself, boy, girl, non-gender, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. You're not this body. You're not this flesh. You're not these flaws. You're not these insecurities. You're not these traumas. They're fucking programs running, convincing you that it's you, trying to keep you in places and spaces that are locked, to keep you gagged and bound, to gaslight you, make you feel crazy. But guess what? You can validate yourself and say, no, I'm seeing clearly, motherfuckers. You're the one who's deluded. So take your inner power or lack thereof and fuck right off. This is a inspirational, motivational speech. Not like those others who say, oh yeah, you gotta keep trying, my boy. Keep working. You're gonna manifest the life of your dreams. No, I'm saying you're gonna manifest the life of your fucking worst nightmare. Because this is it. You're in it right now. Things may not get better, or things may get better. But guess what? They won't be better for long. That's the truth. You're in hell. You have the power to at least carry yourself through to the best of your ability, or die trying. Whew. I think you're delusional. That's fine. Think whatever you want. But this sovereign awareness who is drunk off of caffeine from the bean juice that wants to pervert his mind, his will, and his consciousness to revert back to the lowly human animal and say, man, I'm just high off this caffeine. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just working through chemicals in the brain and they're lying to me. And free will does not exist. No, it's all scripted. You can only say and do and act exactly what's in your script. Well, what if both are true? What if your life is scripted, but you have the power within to realize it and to realize the game that's being played on you from the inside and say, no fucking more am I going to be my own torturer. No, I'm going to start validating myself in my experience and not bow down like a fucking bitch slave. Whew. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a little worked up there. I think I had too much caffeine. Maybe this stuff is bad for me. Maybe I should stop. Maybe I should just drink fluoridated water so it can rot my brain, make me docile, and make me think, oh, maybe I should just go along with whatever I'm told. Maybe, I'm just a retard and what they tell me on the news and social media and, on my peer group, I need to fall in line and conform to what they think. And what they think is that's this and this. Or maybe I need to conform to some religion or some group or some cult. Or, find some kind of spiritual guru or leader who's going to tell me what I should do or not do. Oh, fuck. The fluoride's working. I need to drink some more coffee. What the fuck was I talking about? Okay, no. You have the power within you to decide what's best for you. You have the power within you to be your own leader. You're your own fucking leader. No, you're not. Oh, no, you need to listen to other people and you need a guide and you need a guru and someone who knows more than you and they're always going to be better than you. You can't trust yourself. Oh, fuck. I need more coffee. Oh, fuck. This thing's hard to beat, man. This thing's hard. All right. The caffeine's telling me that, no. You want people who are uplifting you and empowering you, not to follow them, but to empower you. Oh, wow. This stuff is pretty good, huh? Woke me the fuck up. Wow, 20 minutes of just absolute bullshit, huh? Hey, like I said, if that's what you think, go ahead and fuck right off. Or fuck right on, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Here's the thing. I don't really care what your opinion is. I'm speaking from my heart. And if you agree, great. If you disagree, great. Why do I care? I don't care. I'm not going to be invalidated by other people's opinions and beliefs about me. No, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of living like that. And if someone is coming in good faith and trying to say, hey, this, and this, I see these things and I'm coming in good faith to try to help you see things. But if you don't want the advice, then fine. Great. Whew. All right. Let's get on to the real topic now. The real topic, it's been 20 minutes. Hey, I had to work myself up because before each video, I have this blockage within me that tries to hinder me and keep me from speaking. And that's called the prison guard within each and every one of us. Some people have an easier time, others don't. Hey, I'm a very introverted person in this simulated hellscape nightmare. Not the real me, but in this body, I am introverted. I've lived my whole life being introverted. I've had to work on myself. I had to work through a lot of trauma and abuse that I went through to become open and feel comfortable expressing myself. So whether you're introverted or extroverted, your expression and how you choose to do that is important for you. So don't forget that. And you may be dead wrong about so many things, but you had to express yourself first in order to get through those things that may not have been true. You got to start somewhere. Don't be afraid to be wrong. I've been wrong so many times. Heck, I'm still probably wrong about a lot of stuff, but I'm not wrong about respecting and validating how I really think and feel. That's never wrong. As long as you're not abusing anyone with it, which, hey, I'll admit it. I've done that. We've all done that. Do you want to continue to do that? Are you a malicious, evil person? Or do you just say, hey, I made mistakes and I will take accountability for those mistakes? And even though I'm in a meat suit in the torture realm, being tortured every single moment of my life, and I'm being puppeted by chemicals and hormones, desires, emotions, mind control, blah, 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 blah. Hey, all that's true, but there's no excuse for abuse. So I can admit both are true, and I don't want to do that anymore. Is that so hard to do? And you can hear the sounds of the NPCs at work, while the sounds of a crazy madman in the woods is left unheard, as usual, as usual. NPC. Right when I said that, NPC. I'll be back. NPC. You know, I'm playing around when I say that. I don't know if it's true or not. But even though I don't know if it's true or not, I have a lot of evidence to suggest that it is true. But that evidence can also mean that something else is happening. So, you know, either way. So I'll begin the story. Yeah, I guess I'll begin the story. Gotta catch my breath. Uh-oh, I'm not out of this thing. Are you slurring your words over coffee? Maybe. What's it to you? I had a really hard time speaking growing up because of the abuse and trauma I went through, and I didn't have a voice and I would stutter a lot. And I felt like what I was saying had no value or no one wanted to listen to it. So I had to speak really fast in order to keep someone's attention. And if I didn't speak really fast, they would not want to hear it. And so speaking really fast, I would jumble my words up a lot. And I would overthink what I would say before I said it. And being in my head so much made me stutter even more. And if you've ever had the feeling of wanting to say something, but totally feeling that it's impossible for you to even say it. Like, you know what you're gonna say, but there's a chain around your throat that won't allow you to talk, to speak it. That's how I felt. After a certain point in my childhood. And over the years, I've learned to loosen that chain. And I found out that, hey, I can actually talk. I do have things worth value and worth of sharing. And if no one else thinks that, at least I do. So there's some inspiration for you. Yeah, I'm gonna get some water real quick from my bag and then I'll come back. This little guy is hitching a ride with me, and instead of squishing it because he's annoying, I'm gonna just drop him off somewhere, hope for the best, even though I know your little life's gonna end in death one way or the other. You'll probably be eaten today, tomorrow, or the next day. Will you actually make it to a beautiful butterfly? Probably. But the odds of that are very unlikely in the whole scope of things. And even if you do, you're just gonna get hit by a car driving by, smacked on the windshield, or some other bullshit reason. So I choose love today. I'm choosing love, and I'm going to allow you to finish out your fate. Sir, you can't just leave your coffee cup there. Well, even though I hate this world, I don't want to litter because it's unsightly. It's ungodly in my eyes to see fucking trash everywhere. Even though this world is fucking trash, but hey, it could be a lot worse. So I will dispose of this in the right place, just to go to the dump, or to be ended up in the lakes and rivers. Okay, let's get back. So I want to talk about how this place manipulates and deceives you into acting and behaving in ways that you don't really want to, but there are certain situations and scripts that are playing out to loose you of those things. And if you don't like the word loose, then use whatever word you want to use. Oh, I was zoomed in there. I got my hands full of water and coffee. I can't even hold this phone correctly. All because I want to be a good guy and not litter. Okay, I'm gonna put this in my pocket. Walk around like a dumbass, but hey, it's fine. What else is new, right? Why are you huffing so much, boy? This is hot, and I'm walking uphill battle, man. Just sitting there doing nothing. Isn't that funny how people want to judge you when they're not doing shit, when they're just behind a screen watching you, what you're doing and what you're saying, and then you say, okay, who's saying this? And they have nothing to offer or share of their own. Isn't that weird? There's a lot of people who do this online, to other people who put themselves out there, who want to share their experience, even if it's wrong or right. At least they have the courage to come out and talk about things while you're just sitting there with nothing, judging. Why don't you, here's the real thing that you should be doing. If you have something to say about somebody else so much that you have to degrade and disrespect them, why don't you get on camera and talk it out? Say it in your own words. Make your own video and tag them. Put yourself out there. Oh, that's right, because it's scary for you, which I understand. I'm not trying to say it's not, but you got to realize that it's much easier to degrade and judge people behind a faceless avatar with no content on your channel. It's just weak. It's cowardly, in my opinion. You should at least have the balls or the vagina to get on a camera and say what you want to say that you disagree with someone on. Because that's what you do in real life. You don't just backbite and gossip and say, oh, me. You know, no one wants to be around those kind of people who all they say is just negative, gossipy things to try to tear someone down who is actually speaking and being courageous and brave. And like I said, you don't have to agree with what they're saying, but isn't there a better way to disagree than to just be like, oh, negative comment about them? Why don't you actually address what they're saying? Are you going to get on with what you're talking about? Yeah. I just kind of go along with how my thought process works. Woo! All right. So this is real and raw. You're getting the real thing right now. It's not scripted. This is not carefully crafted. This is just real and raw. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get into it the best I can because this thing is trying to stop me from doing it. So yesterday, when I woke up, I realized that it was a friend of mine's birthday and I had missed it. It was a few days before and I missed it. He's a client of mine that I've had for about 4, maybe 5 years now. And how we met was very synchronistic and scripted, because at the time he was seeing a different person, and this person loosely was associated with me. I took a few of his courses, classes on certain things, never hung out, never really talked. But my friend now, who is my client, he had that guy as his therapist and he had to move. So when he moved, he recommended me. Why? How the hell do I know? I don't know. I was like, wow, really? But I was working somewhere else at the time, and he emailed me to see if I would be able to take him on as a client. And I'm really bad at responding to emails. This was a while ago though. And I never got around to responding. Not because I wanted to be disrespectful, just because I had too much stuff on my plate at the time, and things just get, forgotten about. And time went on. And I eventually quit my job because I was working under a narcissist and his narcissist wife. It's not just my opinion. You talk to any employee who had it out with them. But I eventually had enough of that. And I kept getting these signs and symbols to say, hey, it's time to move on. And that's when I started my YouTube channel after I quit. After I quit there, I shaved my head and was like, I'm starting new. I'm doing something different. So I didn't have a job for a while. I had some money saved up, but I realized I couldn't just keep this up forever, because I have to be responsible and accountable for myself and not put that on other people to take care of me. Because first of all, that's not right to make someone else do things that you don't want to do, yet you reap the benefits of not doing what they're doing, but taking it from them. You see? So I always want to be self-sustainable to the best of my ability, if I can. Other people have different situations, okay? So take your personal situation and apply it or don't apply it. I can't tell you what to do or not do. So I started to do, food delivery things like Uber Eats and DoorDash, things like that. And it was okay for a time, and it gave me a little bit of money here and there. But I really wanted to get back into doing what I was doing, just not work for a narcissistic company that it was a private business, so it's not even a corporate thing. But I wanted self-respect and dignity for myself to be able to not be abused at work, basically. So eventually I was like, I had to get back into doing what I was doing. And I remembered that he had emailed me. It might have been like 6 months earlier or something. I was like, oh yeah, that guy emailed me. Well, here's a long shot. He's probably not gonna respond. Maybe he's pissed I never responded, or he probably found someone new. So I'm just gonna respond anyways. So I responded. I was honest about what was going on, and to my surprise, he emailed me back and gave me a time and where he lived to give me a go. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh fuck, really? Wow. Okay. Of course I was scared. I was fearful. I was like, because I lacked the self-confidence in myself. It's not other people, it's me. I am doing that to myself because of the abuse and torture of this life, to try to gaslight me into believing that about myself, okay? So I've worked to power through those things that are keeping me artificially down in states of being and existing and thinking that aren't actually true about me. But you have to take accountability and responsibility before you can ever get past those things. I'm gonna go this way. Too many NPCs around there. So I went there. I was scared as shit. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I was. Not like fearful of my life, but just nervous about my own abilities. It was very nice, very welcoming. During the massage, I thought it was the worst massage I'd ever done in my life, because a lot of people will agree with this. A lot of times you feel like you're an imposter, like you don't actually know what you're doing. Even if you have all the knowledge, credentials, experience, all these things, you may still feel like you're an imposter, or that your work isn't good. And then after the massage was over, he said that that was one of the best massages I've ever had. And I thought to myself, what? How can two opposing things even be true? I'm sitting here thinking that was the worst thing I've ever done. He's saying that was the best thing he's ever had. And he's been having massages for over 40 years. I was like, wow. He said, you know, I have a massage therapist. I wanted you at first, but I have a massage therapist now. And when you emailed me back, at first I was pissed. And I thought, oh, now you respond to me. But I said to myself, hey, you know what? I don't know what's going on with him. It's not right of me to just come into that judgment about somebody I don't know. Anything could have happened. Anything could be going on. And even if he ignored me, doesn't he deserve a second chance and let me see for myself who he is? So he gave me that second chance. And from then on out, he fired his massage therapist and he hired me. And through that process, we've become good friends. Now, he is a total, I won't want to say total NPC, but his ideas about the world are very NPC-like, okay? I don't want to say he is an NPC, but his beliefs are. He's 86 now, so I give people of an older, wiser life some wiggle room, because they grew up in a time when everything was strictly controlled and their brainwashing was a lot better. So they lived most of their lives without internet, without phones, without free access to information. And they've had their whole life to cement those ideas and beliefs about the world into their heads. So besides all that, I can judge him based on his character. And his character is very kind, sweet, loving, gentle, giving, forgiving. You know, I can tell that he cares about me. So that's important. Oh, is this some kind of love story? No. He has a wife and he has kids, okay? But yeah, so that backstory to tell you, I usually, do something nice for him on his birthday. And this year, I totally even forgot to say happy birthday to him. I was like, oh, fuck. Well, I'm going to be accountable and responsible and admit that, hey, I forgot your birthday, and turn it into something good instead of something negative. So before work, I had just a little bit of time. So I was like, fuck, just forget it. I don't have time to do it. And I was like, no, this is more important. This is more important than me showing up to work on time. Fuck work. I've done enough for them. I'm always on time. I always get my job done. If I'm late one time and I get scolded or reprimanded for it, it's worth it to bring someone I care about some sense of love, care, in this dark world. So I went to the store and did everything as fast as I could with the impending doom of I'm gonna be late, I'm gonna be late, I'm gonna be late, and just fighting through it and say, you know what, it doesn't matter. And at the end of this shithole, I'm not gonna care about that. I'm gonna care about showing support and care to someone that has supported and cared for me. And you can say, oh, that's all fucking gay. I don't care. I don't care if you think it's gay. It's true. Don't you wish you had that? Yeah, I bet you did. Bet you do. So if you get it in your life, cherish it, because it's very rare. So it was raining too. Okay, so I got there, it's raining. I'm like, okay, gotta get in there, get the stuff and get out. This old man who's 86, he's in good health and good physical shape. He loves wine and he loves chocolate chip cookies. So I said, hey, I'm gonna get him some wine, some chocolate chip cookies. You may say, hey, you're gonna poison him? How, you can't call that care and why don't you just fuck off? Take your own inner power and fuck right off. We're in a world of hell. There's nothing good actually here. You have to use what hell provides to bring that good to somebody. And he's 86 years old. Don't you think he already knows and chooses to do these things anyways? So go ahead and fuck right off. But I made sure to get him the best ingredient thing of each one in a card. And you know, I wrote something very touching in there. And I'm like, okay, oh cool, everything's on time. I'm gonna make it to work just in the nick of time, right? So I already had this impending doom of being late. And I'm like, okay, I got this. So I get to the cash register and I get the most NPC-like reaction and hold up like of all time. You just had to be there. There was no one in line. I was the only one. And I was like, yes, I'm gonna have just enough time to do this and leave and get to work on time. So I get there. I'm just gonna paraphrase. This isn't exactly what he said, but pretty much. I get there, he's like, hey man, yeah, I hope you're having a good day today. So like, oh, you got some wine there, I see. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to see that idea, man. Like he's literally talking like this. Like I'm gonna have to see that idea, man. Oh yeah, I get this funny story, man. So like usually when I check for people's IDs, I always say, hey, your ID is about to expire if it's like 6 months or less. Because this one time, man, like I was shopping for alcohol and I realized when I got there, my ID was expired and nobody told me. And blah, blah, blah. He's just like talking on and on. I'm like, dude, I'm about to be late for fucking work. Can you just shut the fuck up and check me out so I can get to fucking work? And he's just talking and talking. And I'm like, wait. Chill out, calm down. This dude is actually doing nothing wrong. Is this some kind of NPC setup, scripted event to try to get loose from me? Okay, probably. Okay, yeah. But he's not intentionally trying to do that to me. He's actually being cool and fun and like, I can relate. Okay, I was like, okay. I can see they're trying to get loose from me. And I don't want to abuse this person just for doing his job and being friendly and talkative. Yeah, I can be annoying sometimes, but like, can I be that way too? And wouldn't I want a friendly person to interact with me and like just joke around with and just talk? Yeah, I don't want that. So why am I getting mad? Oh, because of the constraint of time, because I'm a fucking slave and I'm gonna get reprimanded by my slave master if I'm not there on time because I'm trying to do something good. And trying to do something good, and the Matrix is trying to turn this good into something bad by me being pissed off at the cash register guy for his dialogue that he's having. And I'm gonna give him trauma and abuse by me reacting to that because I'm in a hurry, because I'm being inconvenienced. Oh, okay, well shit, if I'm gonna be late, oh well, I'm gonna be late. Okay, let's just let this fucking thing play out. Let's let this dialogue play out. He can't talk forever, can he? He literally did. He literally talked for as long as possible. Yeah, man, so like, so now when people come up to me and they wanna get alcohol, I'm always like, hey man, I gotta check your expiration date for you because I don't want you to go through what I went through and have that altercation, man. Oh yeah, because this one time, he just kept going. This one time, I went to the DMV and I had to get my license renewed, but I didn't have all the right paperwork or something, and blah, 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 blah. And it just went on and on. And I'm like, I can only have so much patience. And the Matrix is really testing my patience right now. Like, this is not by accident. This is the deliberate thing happening. And then I thought, wait a second, this is all just petty, trivial bullshit. There could be a lot worse things happening to me than this petty, trivial bullshit right now. I was like, okay, fuck. Maybe I need to be more dominant. Say, hey man, I gotta go. I gotta fucking go, dude. But I was like, okay, just give him, I still have a little more time. Just let him get it out, whatever. He finally finished. I was like, oh, thank God. He starts to open up the cash register to hand me the money. I'm like, yes, come on. Come on, you're almost there. He starts picking up the cash, and he slowly starts talking back up. He's slowly getting wound back up. I'm like, oh no, he's getting wound back up. And then he holds the money in his hand without giving it to me, and then starts a whole new story about something related to it. And I'm like, oh my God. It's taking everything in me not to just say, can you please shut the fuck up? I'm going to be late. My whole life's going to be ruined. And I'm like, oh wait, no it's not. I'll be fine. All I need him to do is give me the money and I can leave. So he's holding me hostage by not giving me my change back. So I can't just say, hey, I gotta go because I need the money. I was like, wait, do I really need the money? See, I'm a slave, man. It's dictating my free will and choice of what I want to do based off the artificial imprisonment of my environment. Long story short, he eventually gave me the money. I was like, hey man, cool story, bro. You have a good day, and thanks for all that advice. Wow, I turned that bad situation. They wanted me to freaking react and get my loosh and then get someone else to react and have them have a bad day. And I said no. So, didn't end there. I'm gonna keep, this is just petty bullshit, okay? But this helps you realize the little small things in life add up to get loose from you. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta go, it's raining. I got to work just in time to set up, okay? So I need time to set up. So I get there, I have my friend's gifts that I just bought. I can't leave it in the car because it's too hot out here and it's gonna melt and degrade the perishable food items. So I bring it inside. We all have little boxes to keep our stuff in, right? Well, they always like to reorganize and change things around here. I don't fucking know. Every week something new is different there. But this time I went to the staff area and everything was changed around again. I was like, okay, great. I gotta find my box now to keep this stuff in. And I looked and looked and looked, and I realized that I didn't have a box anymore. There was no box with my name on it. I was like, wait, what? And I looked around the whole entire room, and there was no box with my name on it. And I thought, what the fuck? I got really upset at first. I was like, wait, oh, fuck, it's happening again. It's happening again. Who the fuck cares? It's a fucking box. I don't need to keep shit in a box. Because you felt like disrespect, like, oh, they don't care about me? I'm not important enough to realize I don't have a box to keep my shit in? And I thought, I don't keep shit in there anyways. I was like, why am I getting upset? Oh, it's happening again. Okay, so I just found a little spot, you know, with no name on it and just put it there for now. And then I realized in my room I was getting ready for, the service that I normally provide this type of service for, which is a foot service, I'm no longer in the room specifically designated for that service anymore. They put me in a new room with new environment, whole new protocol for doing what I'm doing. And I'm getting stressed out, like, wait, I don't know how to do this in this room. I don't have the right materials on, the right tools. And I'm like, oh, they're doing it again. It's just back to back to back. They're just trying to fucking get that loosh, man, just at any and all costs. They're trying to get that loosh. And I said, oh God, it's happening. I'm not gonna allow them to do this to me. This may all sound trivial to you, but I'm trying to share something important here, to me at least. I could have easily easily just been like fucking pissed off. Fuck all this shit. They're getting on my loose. I'm in a fucking bad mood. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, nope. I'm going to suffer through this with dignity and respect for myself and not let them shake me into emotional states that are not beneficial for me. So I calmly went up to the manager and said, hey, I don't know how to do this in this room. I don't know where anything is. It's like go time. I have like little time here. And then she, like, oh yeah, well, she comes in, she tries to demonstrate how we do it in there, which, let's be honest, no one does it in there. They're just trying to flip it into something, you know, to not get me mad, which I didn't get mad. I had a respect and dignity to myself and people around me. Can I get mad? Yeah, fuck yeah. Not today, bitch. I'm just walking in circles. So, she tells me all these things. I'm like, oh God, this is gonna be a terrible service because I gotta sit on the fucking floor to do this. I'm not gonna give you the full details, but it's like a washing of feet service where you soak their feet, you put all kinds of stuff in there, make them feel all nice and good, you scrub their feet. It's literally, people would think of it as the most degrading thing ever because you're washing someone else's feet. And in the Bible, Jesus states, to be a servant and wash people's feet, basically. I can't think straight in this heat. But, and I thought, hey, you know what? I feel like a slave right now. And I've been abused and pestered and provoked all morning. And now this is happening. And now I'm about to wash someone else's feet like a good little slave that I am. Every little way that it can put that spear into my side, it's trying to do. And I think, nope. I'm gonna do the best I can and have some care and empathy to let this lady have a good time, feel, you know, relaxed and cared for and all that. This lady was kind of rude the whole time because she barely interacted with me and she would be on her phone the whole time. I was like, whatever, that's fine. You're the one relaxing, not me. And then as I'm doing the service, things kept going wrong throughout the whole service. Like the oil I was using, the bottle broke, the dropper broke, so I had to use like the real bottle and slowly, accurately pour drops into the water. But it's so dark in there, I can't see shit. And I accidentally poured way too much in there. And you know how essential oil is very concentrated. It's very strong. And I poured way too much in there. And it hurt my nose and my eyes was watering. My eyes were watering. But the funny thing was, the lady said, oh, that smells really good. And she loved it. But me, I was suffering down there. So, too long, didn't read. Oh, my finger's there, sorry. Things had kept going wrong in ways I can't fully even describe. But I kept my dignity about me. And I refused to let these bastards get my loose. And I finished it. And I felt accomplished that they didn't get the loose. And then right after that, my next service, more things went wrong. I was like, this is just gonna be a day full of this, isn't it? So I'm just gonna be prepared for it. There's more, but I can't think of it all. Just trust me, it kept happening back to 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 back. Some days you have like nothing happen, and other days it's like, this is way too much shit to just be a coincidence. I gotta check something real quick. Back, okay, so finally get done with my shift, and I'm going to my friend's house finally, who's 86 years old. And I think I'm lost now. I don't know where my car is anymore. I've gone way off the beaten path. I'll find it, don't worry. I've just been talking in circles. Not really though. You've followed along, haven't you? So anyways, I finally get to his house after work. And I have the bag of goodies for him in my card. And in my card, it says something like, birthdays are always boring. Massages never are. I started like that. And he looked at me and said, you know, usually I agree with you, but this birthday sucked. It was terrible. And I thought, oh man, here we go. It just never ends, does it? He told me that. I was like, okay, so, oh, what happened? He said that, no, let's just get this out of the way first. These are all trivial, petty bullshit things. But you can't deny that it was happening back to back to back to try to fuck with somebody to get them in a state where their negativity and loosh is plentiful and available to suck and ruin your day. So, okay. He's 86 years old, okay? Cut him some slack. So usually he wakes up, you know, probably around 9 or so. But on his birthday morning, his wife called him accidentally, and she sleeps downstairs and he sleeps upstairs. So she accidentally butt dialed him, then hung up real fast. At 6 a.m., he's like, oh, fuck. And he's thinking, oh no, maybe something bad's happened. Maybe she's had a heart attack, or maybe she fell, or all the worst possible things could have happened, right? Because that's the reality that you're in. It's never like, oh, something great happened, I have nothing to worry about. No, something terrible happened. So he has to get his sleepy ass out of bed, walk all the way downstairs, walk all the way into her room. And when he gets there, she's like, oh, I just butt dialed you, sorry about that. He's like, oh. So he hobbles his way back up to his bed and gets in it for a little more shut-eye. And then someone else calls him at 7:30, wakes his ass up again, and it's a friend of his. And he in good intention was calling to wish him happy birthday. And you know, he said he appreciated that, but he also wanted to talk for 30 minutes. So not only did it wake him up, now he's forced to interact with this person for 30 minutes instead of getting sleep. And he's like, well, you know, at least he's doing something nice for me. But you know, that pissed him off. Not his friend, but just the fact that he kept getting woken up, like something was trying to pester him, disturb him. So after the phone call was done, his wife came up and said, hey, something terrible happened. They have a outside fish pond, and they had these beautiful big fish, koi fish, and they just gotten some new fish to put in there. And she said all the fish were dead because the guys who were working outside, something happened, and because of that accident, all the fish are now dead on his birthday. Can you believe this? And they had to figure that out. And then he was driving, and when he was driving, one of his wheels hit the edge of something, and it jerked his car. And then he realized that the light came on that his tire was low, and then soon realized that his tire is fucking flat now. So after all this, he gets in his car and his tire's fucking flat. Hey, just a normal day, huh? Where everything bad happens back to back to back to back. Yeah, sure. Then he has to call someone to fix his tire so he can drive. But when that person gets there, this wrecking company, and who's supposed to help him fix his tire, they both can't figure out how to get the tire out of the back of the car. It's locked in place, and there should be a button or a latch or something to unlatch it. And both of them cannot figure it out at all. They looked everywhere, high and low, every inch of the car, nothing. It's locked in place. And then they decide, okay, let me just call the fucking car company and say, hey, here's the make model of this car. How the fuck do you get this out? And so he calls, and they say, oh yeah, it's right here. You do this, this, and this. And they're like, it's not there. And they say, what do you mean it's not there? It's just this button right here. You just do this. And they're like, we're telling you, we've looked where you're looking, where you're telling us to look. We've looked every fucking where. There is no possible way to get this tire out. And the guy was like, oh, that's weird. Huh? Maybe it's some kind of defect of your car. Well, Guess we gotta tow it in and get you a new tire. Don't worry, we'll get you out of here in no time. Great, okay. So they tow his car, gets to the dealership, look at it, and they're like, well, actually, we don't have that certain tire that you need for your car. Oops. We have to special order it, and it's not going to be here for probably 3 days. He's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And so he's without a car until yesterday for like 4 days. And yes, all of these are first world problems. Yes, I realize that. But look at the deeper layer. Please look at the deeper layer of the ways and the script working perfectly back to back to back to try to loose you out of everything that can on your special day, right? Your birthday, your special day. How many of you have had terrible experiences on your special day? They want to ruin everything. And I know birthdays aren't to be celebrated. It's when you die, that's the real celebration. But yeah, I might die out here. If you find this video, just know that I'm not coming back here to save your ass. You gotta do it yourself. However that is. Don't ask me. I'm trying to figure that out too. So, oh look. That's a very ominous looking hole of death. No, it's a magical land. Nothing bad's gonna happen in here. The bears are gonna high five me and say, hey, good old pal, here's a honeycomb just for you. So, yeah. I gotta get my bearings here. The funny thing is, I'm not in the wilderness or anything. I'm like in the middle of a city right now, a small city. Small little part of the city with this little thing tucked in between it. So I gotta find out where the hell I am. If you can get lost in the city on a trail that's sandwiched between human population, I can't imagine getting lost in the real fucking wilderness where there's no fucking trail to follow. Yeah, I could die out here, right next to the home of an NPC. But being out in the wild yonder, with no one or nothing to help or hear your screams. And if they did hear your screams, they'd come to eat your ass because they're hungry. That's how wild it really is. But yeah, I gotta find out where the fuck I am. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Still don't know where I am, but I'm gonna find it eventually. But yeah, so they want to inconvenience you with all of these petty bullshit things that actually mean nothing in the end, to get loose from you, to make you mad, upset, angry, pissed because you're being inconvenienced by this world. And even all the small things, the small inconveniences add up over time. And yes, the big ones are nothing to fucking joke about, but the small ones you can just kind of laugh off and say, hey, you know what, I'm in hell, what do I expect is gonna happen? Everything and anything's gonna go wrong. Yeah, I expected that. How am I gonna be? How am I gonna react to it all? Am I gonna stay calm and cool and collected and face this thing? NPC, face this thing with dignity and respect for myself, and despite of all that? Or am I gonna let this thing overtake me and push me into ways of being and reacting that I don't want to actually be or do? It's part of the mind control, manipulation, and abuse and trauma. Yeah. So. NPC. There's an NPC walking by. What do I do? Do I say, hey, NPC, are you real or not? Prove to me if you're real. Fucking crazy guy over here, right? Of course I don't do that. I'm just having fun. All right. Civilization. I can find that way going this way. So maybe I'll go this way. Oh, look, it says Waite Street over here. I was like, maybe I should wait and let this person keep walking because I don't want to be weird. Now I look up and the street says Waite Street, W-A-I-T Street. Can you believe that? You're in a simulation, boy. It's fucking with you, or you're manifesting it, something like that. I don't know. I just make shit up. Who really knows? It's fucking weird, though. Can we at least admit that? Can we at least admit it's fucking weird? So yeah, all the small inconveniences in your life add up over time to piss you off, to knock you off balance, to inconvenience you into states of louche production, into states of negative emotional frequencies, vibrations, you know, all that gay shit. And because this modern life has given us so many conveniences, we forget how life used to be when we didn't have those conveniences. So now when they start taking those conveniences away, we get pissed and angry because we're addicted to them. I'm addicted to driving and being inconvenienced to drive around. I'm addicted to my AC. When it goes out, I'm fucking pissed. Or I'm addicted to my phone. So when it dies or when I lose connection or when I can't connect, I get pissed off. I'm addicted to having food at my fingertips so that, you know, when I have to wait just a few hours to eat something, I get pissed. I get hangry. And on and on and on. Oh, I have cold water. Fuck. I want hot water. This is inconvenience. You know what I mean? But at least you have water, right? So if you can just realize this, that all the conveniences of this life aren't for your benefit. It's actually to enslave you. And in that enslavement, they can also take it away to get you into states of louche production, to piss you off, make you angry, make you miserable, make you ungrateful, make you unkind, make you unloving, unempathetic, all of these things. So realize the game that's being played on us each and every day. And like right now, I'm inconvenienced that it's hot and I'm sweating and I can't find my fucking car. But I'm like, hey, wait a second. At least I have water right here. At least, you know, I have a car to, once I find it, I can get the fuck out of here with AC. There was a time when that wasn't a thing. And this was just normal life, quote, normal life. And I'm not justifying, oh, they give you little trinkets here and there to make your life comfortable. So really, you're still a slave to that. I get that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, this sign right here has love backwards with the smiley face. As usual, another sign. And what it's saying is, the love here is actually evil. It's inverted. And there's a little crying, smiling face. With the, I don't know what that says, zombie? It says zombie. Can you get any more clear than that? With the one, that I'm not gonna zoom in on that house, but the house's address was 119, which inverted is 911, 911. Uh-oh, emergency, the big event, and other things. Wow, and the street's called Lookout. Look out. Look out, oh my gosh. I am hallucinating. I am just going mad. I'm schizophrenic. This is all in my head. Hey, I'm not even talking to anybody. I smell dog shit. Ugh. I feel like that was synchronistic too. After I said that, I smelled dog shit. Dog shit really stinks, honestly. I mean, I guess all shit stinks. Not all shit, I guess. Some shit doesn't smell as bad as others. How do you know that? Because I used to be a farmer all the time. Well, I guess composted shit. You can't really use shit on plants because it will burn them. Not because of the steam, but because of the the nitrogen and things like that. So you have to compost a lot of the shit in order to use the shit properly. And but the one kind of shit you don't have to do is rabbit turds. Rabbit turds are the best thing to use. That's what my teacher taught me. The permaculture wizard from France who came here to make a life of his own, and it all ended up in sorrow and misery like anything else. And you know, when I was living on his farm, he would invite me to his house. I lived in a cabin on his farm, and I had to survive the elements with no AC, an outside shower, outside kitchen. It was fun though, I liked it. I had 2 little dog friends and a cat, and we would go on adventures and explore the land together while working on the farm and learning no-till permaculture gardening. But he would invite me to his house sometimes. And he had a nice house. It seemed like all his work paid off, right? Wrong, motherfucker, it didn't pay off. He and his lovely wife got a divorce, and his kids had to face the world, the dangerous world on their own. And his son actually went to college with one of my cousins. It's like, what the fuck? How is that even possible? Like they didn't just go to college together. They shared the same room together. They were roommates. Isn't that weird? So I'm gonna go this way. So this was part of my life script, I guess. Yeah, but all his work was for nothing, boy. He eventually got a divorce. He lost his farm. He lost the house he built with his wife and lovely children, and everything turned to shit, as it always does. Moral of the story, there's no happy ending here. I'm sorry to tell you that. And even if you do make it with your wife and your lovely kids, eventually one of you is gonna die. And that's gonna bring suffering and misery to all the ones who left. And then another one's gonna die. And they're like, oh fuck, everyone's dying. And another one's gonna die. And it's like, oh my God. So, where was I going with that? I hope you can hear me correctly, because I'm thinking about myself now and I'm like, am I mumbling again? Am I reverting back to my old way of being? I used to mumble a lot under my breath. Not under my breath, but I wouldn't feel confident enough to actually say it out loud with confidence. And with empowerment. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at my GPS. Because here's the thing, I know where I am. It's just I don't know what street to turn down to get back to where I was. And I'm just like walking in this maze, and I feel like I'm getting further away. I'm not lost, like I know how to get back home from here. I just don't know how to get back to my car from here. See what I'm saying? There's a difference. So I'm going to use my phone to track my location and to use that as a benefit to help me find how the fuck to get out of here. Okay, and of course, synchronicity. Right when I looked where to find where to go, it told me I missed the street that I need to take. Do you see the synchronicities here? I could have stopped and looked at any time, but I chose the point of time right after I passed the right street I needed to take to get me exactly where I need to go. Oh, another thing I wanted to say. Back at my old job hang on, let me catch myself. Back at my old job that I used to have in a restaurant, things would get hectic and crazy, and I was in a leadership position, and what I did could make or break the whole entire operation. And I was always calm and collected in the midst of chaos, entropy, and imperfection. And I made sure that everything went out and got to the right place. And if it didn't, we made sure that, it was fixed And, you know, I can't think now, but yeah, so basically I was calm and collected in the midst of a chaotic environment. It would get busy as hell. The rush of the crowd would fucking take you over like a river. And if you didn't know how to swim properly, you would drown. And I made sure not to drown and sink everyone else with me. Other people, you know, they drown, but because of other people's, you know, ability to keep the team afloat, we never really drowned. We just had holes that we would fix the leaks of and get the ship running again. Why are you telling slave stories, boy? Because there's some important knowledge in here. Maybe, I don't know. It's at least a funny story. Gang stalker with his loud talker truck. But yeah, so during Christmas, our boss would give us all Christmas presents because we were a small local business and we were small enough where they could do that affordably. And one year, they gave me a statue of a big fat Buddha. And I was like, what is this? What the hell is this? And he said, this is because this is what you remind us of. You're very calm and collected, and, you know, you can face chaos and uncertainty with a smile on your face. And at first I felt gypped. I was like, man, I don't want this fucking statue. What the hell kind of gift is this? I'm not an idol worshiper. But then later on I was like, hey, you know what? That's actually kind of funny. I can use that as a symbol. Or, you know, I don't know. It's, either way, I'm glad. It's nice to hear someone thinks that of me. Of course, I don't have that statue anymore because I don't worship idols, boy. And I don't want to be fat. Buddha wasn't really even fat. I don't even know where that even came from. He said turn away from desires of the flesh, not fully embrace them and become fat and indulge in life. But I thought that was a funny story, at least. I'm hearing NPC sounds, so that means I'm getting closer. Wow. Wow. You rock. The synchronicities, man, I swear, they are endless here. I am unique. That's right, I'm a unique spark that's lost its way in this darkened world. And all I need is real love. But all I get is this fucking snake. This reptilian snake-like creature that wants to pretend to be love so it can eat itself again and again and eat me in the process. No, I'm gonna escape. Okay, perhaps I'll end it here. And if I think of anything else, I will come back on. Ciao. Not on the things of this world. Well, I mean, here's the thing. You're gonna chow either way you look at it, okay? Because if you don't chow, your body's gonna fucking fail you and you're gonna die, okay? No matter what you do or don't do, something's always being chowed. Physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. So, chow the best way you know how, in the now. And do not bow to things that are outside of yourself, who want to convince you that somehow you deserve this, or somehow you asked for this, or somehow you manifested, or your bad intentions and thoughts and negativity brought this upon you. No, you're in a fucked up evil torture suit in a fucked up evil torture realm. All you want to do is be free of it all. And you keep getting gaslit to think that there's something you have to do, to show, to prove, to be free of your torture. And have some self-respect and dignity to say, I don't have to prove anything to anyone to not want to be tortured. I just want to be free and liberated. That's it. Only a narcissistic, abuser, gaslighting psychopath will try to convince me that something's wrong with that. No, stand up for yourself in spirit. That whatever happens, that you got your own back. Ciao. Oh, another synchronicity. Right when I turned the video off, I ended up walking right past my ex-girlfriend's house. That's kind of funny. They don't live there anymore, but at the time, that is where she lived. Her mom, at least. And no ill will towards her. I mean, we're all abused, traumatized, and fucked up. And some of us are more than others. And I'm not saying she is, but we all are, is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes things don't work out, and that's okay. Sometimes things are horrible and terrible, and that means you need to get the fuck away. And sometimes there's a freaking NPC, gang stalker, blowing leaves, trying to annoy you and get you to stop talking. Either way. Oh, here's another funny story. Oh man, it's full of these stories and synchronicities. I used to be around this area a lot, but so, I gotta stop now because this freaking gang stalker blowing leaves. Or is he just doing his job? Or is it both? Ciao. Just so you get the full effects right in my path. They're trying to dissuade me. Hey, you can either take this as like, oh, I'm going crazy and having deluded thoughts, or just have fun with it. Because either way, if you're going crazy and it's not real, or if it's actually real, if you just have fun with it, then it doesn't matter if it's real or not, because you're having fun and you're still experiencing it either way. So, but this life is weird and wacky and strange and scripted in ways that are not normal and natural. So, just my thoughts. At the end of the simulation, they are just doing their job. Whether they're gang stalkers or not, they don't know what they're doing. Well, I mean, some of them do, but just because they can sync up things to line up with what you're doing to pester and annoy you doesn't mean that they know what they're doing. So it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. They're always trying to throw you off, to pester you, to annoy you, to inconvenience you, to loose your ass. And if you can just realize what's going on and say, no, not today. Nope. I'm gonna smile through the annoyances of life, because I know this isn't forever and I'm much more than this. Are you gonna leave? Yeah, I'll leave now. Ciao. I finally made it to my car and my AC to cool off my melting flesh and to drive away from this horrible land, back to the horrible land I came from, to have to live through horrible experiences with little good ones mixed in here and there, only to trauma bond me to an evil world. What's a boy to do? Well, I guess I can keep making these videos. Gotcha. You ain't gonna, even if I don't have the right word just now, I can't think of the right word. You're not gonna keep me down. No. I'm gonna do my best to get through this nightmare. Oh. Quit your crying, boy. Man up. Grow some nuts. Grow some balls and grow some chair on your chin, some hair on your chin. Yeah, don't you love it when people say that? What if you're not a guy though? What if you don't identify as a male or a female, but you also don't say you're non-binary? You're none of it. You're non-fleshly. We should make up our own identity politics. But that would just, I'm just making jokes, okay? We're not male, female, non-binary, trans, demi boy, demi girl, two-spirit, queer. Nah, fuck all that shit. We're not none of those. Or straight, or gay. We're just forced into these programmed meat suits to act and be with our gun to our head to tell us to, this is who you are, now fucking be and act and move and identify. What if we don't want to play the identity political game anymore? The real identity the real identity political bullshit game. Anyways, ciao. All right, I just had to turn around and show you this. It's fucking crazy. I have never seen this sign before in my life. All right, here it comes. I have never seen this sign before in my life. It just popped out of nowhere on this road. It says, "Thou shalt not suffocate. Stop nitrogen executions. Paid for by the Execution Intervention Project." What the fuck are you talking about? That's the most humane way to die. You go peacefully. What are you talking about? I mean, these are the kind of things. What, you want to die to a firing squad? What, hanging? What, you want to die by lethal injection? So you don't want to go peacefully in your sleep? Unconsciously. Victory Street. Do you believe this when I said that? Victory Street. Okay. Whatever your opinion is, have your opinion. I don't care. But that was a crazy synchronistic sign, if you ask me. Of course, when I stopped recording, I read a sign that says, "Tough times do not last. Tough people do." So there's some inspiration for you. Which will do nothing, but hey, because we're in Firestone. we're on the stone that's on fire, and we just gotta be tough and overcome it all. And you may think, why is there still coffee on your dashboard, boy? Why have you cleaned it up yet from the previous video when you talked about it? Listen. You know, I was feeling a little self-conscious about it, but you know what? Why don't you fuck right off with your unsolicited advice? I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do. It's not even that bad, okay? So chill out. It's been extremely hot in this fucking car. I don't want to be in here longer than I have to, okay? It will be cleaned when it's cleaned. And at the end of the simulation, it ain't gonna fucking matter if it's clean or not. Personally, I like to keep a clean environment, so I understand. But sometimes you can just let things go for a little bit. It's not really affecting anything, and there's no fucking bugs or worms or, you know, nothing's actually gross. It's just little dots on my dashboard. So fucking grow up and fuck right. Oh yeah, and why don't you use your self-empowerment and fuck right off? Ciao.